Today we are filming here in our East End Community Garden, which we call the Dixie Street Gardens. Okay, so I'm Dawn Limley and I am the Urban Ag Specialist here at the Capital Conservation District in Kanawha County. So we have 20 raised beds out here that our community comes in, and they all have a different owner. They're leased out to individual people to garden for the season. All right, so since today we're out here in our Dixie Street Gardens, so this garden is actually ongoing. It's been an ongoing project for the last couple of years. This is the first real full-blown growing season that we've had. So each of our beds, if we take a look around today, you can see that each of the beds are all full and they have growers in them, and they have done a wonderful job with growing this season. We have everything from tomatoes to squash to cucumbers to pumpkins and peppers, eggplant. There's just a wide variety of things that everyone has been growing in this garden. We have several other community gardens that we've been working on in the area. So throughout the whole district, there are actually a huge number of gardens that we've been partnering with different people. So we just started this season in the spring, put in a brand new garden in Clendenin, and that is actually going really, really well. So that one is not made with wooden raised beds like this. We made it a little bit smaller scale for the community to be able to come in. It's on a private piece of property. So the owner allowed us to go in, and we put in 7 raised beds there and 3 pollinator beds around town to help with the pollinators in the area and to just draw some community interest. It's gone very well. The community has been very responsive there. They have really, embraced that and had a lot of fun with it this season. So there are a few other community gardens that we're working on. So one major project that we're hoping to be able to install in the spring is in Campbell's Creek at the Ken Ellis Park. So we're just in the process of garnering and getting community involvement and interest in that project. We've been up there just talking to people and doing community events just to get them on board. That project is ongoing. We have another project that has been an ongoing project in Smithers. So that's with the extension agent out of the Fayette County office for WVU. And so we've been working with them to move their beds and then to just kind of grow that project. So they're working with elderly and with elementary and preschool students in that area. We have several other community gardens that we're working on with a local high school. We have some garden projects that we're working on in the St. Albans area that we've partnered with some other organizations in the area. We're putting up a couple of new greenhouses and high tunnels in the community. So we have, I think, 3 projects that we're working on to get some new greenhouses and high tunnels up where we're going to have community gardens going. So it's actually really done well. Everyone has been very responsive and really accepting and excited about being able to have spaces to grow. Some of our gardeners here have never had a space to grow before, so this is the first time they've actually had space of their own, and they've really enjoyed being able to get out and work the soil and grow something and then benefit from the things that they're growing. So hopefully that's what will be the case in these other areas as well. For all of our projects that we've been working on, they are a multi-agency project for the most part. So we have partnerships with NRCS, we have partnerships with the Conservation Agency, we have worked with different agencies and organizations in the area to be able to expand what we're doing. One of the projects in another area that we're working on is with some local organizations like the Rotary Club, or with after-school programs with the schools in particular. We can go in and we can really start to educate students and help them to learn about soil and nutrition and conservation and where their plant sources come from, so that they're not thinking that their produce comes from the grocery store. It doesn't just come from the bag at the grocery store. It actually comes from the ground. And what does it take to grow that? We talk about pollinators, and we talk about all the different aspects of what it takes to grow a garden from start to finish. And then you can do a real farm to table concept with them. So as far as the expansion of the project, we would love to have a community garden around every corner, community garden for every small town, from here to there, so that we can really help expand that process. As far as the history of where we've come from, we were the first ones in the Capital District to really kind of embrace the idea of urban agriculture, because we live in an urban environment. And it's really important to be able to find sustainable ways, even in an urban area, to grow your food. So really, the goal of our community gardens is to just expand the availability of green space for people to grow. So it gives them the ability in an urban environment, especially in downtown Charleston, to have a place to grow where maybe they were growing in pots on their back porch or something, and that's about all the space they have. Now they have a bigger space, a wider area. They can grow new things. Every one of the people that have been out here, I think that I have talked to, have all grown something new that they've never grown before. So that's really a great thing, just to expand our efforts in conservation, learning about the soil, learning about growing, learning about where your food sources come from, what nutrition goes into it, the nutritional value of what you grow, and just learning about the experience all the way around. It's not just about the garden, but it's about a community of people coming together to learn about food sources and grow together and work together to reach whatever the end goal is for that particular community. So for me, I love the educational aspect of this. It's a lot of fun to be able to teach people new things. It's a lot of fun to just be in the community and get to know the people in the community. The social aspect of that, of just bringing a community together, getting to know new people, educating them. We've done rain barrel workshops out here. We've done tree pruning workshops and planted fruit trees. We have, taught them how to plant and taught them about soil and about nutrition and the things that they're growing. So for me, it's really about educating people that maybe don't have that resource, teaching them about conservation efforts and what it really looks like, and maybe even taking this into a larger scale, to a small farm scale, to where they can really expand their horizons and learn something new. As far as where we go from here, I think there's a lot of avenues and a lot of roads that we could take. Hopefully what we'll see is an expansion of the projects that we're already currently working on, and we'll garner new interest from other areas. And so it would be nice to have, like I said, a garden in every, community area that has interest in doing so. And so hopefully we'll be able to continue to partner with the organizations that we partner with to expand that into other areas of the county, to make improvements on what we're doing. It's all a learning process. From beginning to end, we learned some things when we put in this project. This project has had to be moved once, so we have learned from that, and so then hopefully we'll be able to do it better the next time and just continue to expand on it until till there's no interest. And I feel like the interest is growing, and over time it'll continue to do so.